It's been a year since I started playing gacha games, and I've noticed that gacha players are incredibly submissive. Ooh. Incredibly submissive and protective when it comes to these predatory companies. Chat is submissive. All right, he is literally saying Chet is submissive. So maybe Chet is submissive, right? Who knows? We'll see what's up. In normal game community, when a company pulls anti-consumer stunts, they get rightfully trashed and hated by everyone in the community, mainly from players who love the game. But here, players defend and sim for companies that are way worse. At least my game company is better than yours. It's hard to imagine any real change happening, this Stockholm syndrome. Like, how understand I love your game, but loving a company and these companies is just weird. In normal games, when a company fuck up, they're earning gold out and learn how to do it again. In Gacha games, this goes out and maybe learn that they should do it more. After 10 years, instead of the 50-50 going away, they make it that even after you do the 50, your next 5-star will still be 50-50, and it's never gonna be 100%. And they'll find an army of players defending it, telling you to not play Gacha if they don't like it, or make it more while you're in the casino and have to deal with it. And content creators are gonna be promoted, and that's gonna be fine. Also, I find it weird that the biggest content are cross-signed by the company, so they can't do it in like normal games where creators raise their followers to not play that game or not because they don't want to lose their contracts or fuck up. I see. You know what's the crazy thing about this statement? I was there saying 90% of the gacha game population, right? They just don't care, bro. Much like 90% of the gaming community in general. When a company fucks up, usually it's always the super vocal minority that's gonna go ahead and say XXXYY. But if you're just a jobber, right, or if you're a student, or if you have a life, and you just want to come back home and play your favorite gacha game and talk to your favorite waifu Firefly for that 5-10 minutes and 0 cycle MOC, bro, they're just not gonna care, bro. So I guess it is coming from a right place, right? Maybe we can improve our gacha game system. But going forward in the future, the thing that is gonna be more impactful for gacha in general, it is not so much whether the game is gonna improve based on player feedback, but purely based on the number of gacha games they are gonna be releasing, because there is way more supplies of gacha game nowadays. Whether you think your gacha game is better or your gacha game is worse, you can't take away the fact that gacha game as a whole is way, way bigger than what it was 5-10 years ago, right? And with the increased amount of supply for gacha games, players will have more options to decide for themselves if they want to play the gacha game or they don't want to play the gacha game. All right, it's like, for example, the Genshin Impact content creator that made a video, right? Like, if bro wants to quit Genshin, you could. Or at least it would be easier to quit a gacha game you don't like, because there are now more options for you to play different games. And I do personally feel, as a gacha gamer myself, holy shit, I just lose. Gulp. Yeah, as a gacha gamer myself, players want the gacha, bro. Gacha gamers want the gacha. They pretend that they hate the gacha because gacha is predatory. But for every one buggo saying they hate the gacha, there is another buggo that's saying, oh my god, I got my 5-star in the first temple. So players just already want to gamble in the first place. So we don't need to pretend that I'm better than other players or not, because we are all in this together at this point, right? Because if you really wanted to play a real game, you wouldn't be here, bro. You wouldn't be playing Genshin Impact, right? You wouldn't, you will be playing League of Legends, right? You will be playing Valorant. You will be playing real AAA games. You will be playing Sekiro, right? So if you are still playing gacha games, we can just acknowledge that we all want to fucking gamble, right? We all want to see if we can win the online casino, even though it's not really winning any actual monies, right? There's no money involved unless you swipe your pay to win in like PvP games, but you just like the feeling of gambling. And now we have way more different games between way more casinos in the gacha industry. So as a fellow degenerate gambler, right, you can choose to take your money into this casino, into this game, or you can choose to take your money into another casino, another game, right? But I don't think this industry is going anywhere. It's just gonna get bigger and bigger, which I guess it just depends what you really like to do in your free time with your free money, right? So hopefully this helps. A very, very interesting little discussion right here. So let's get this for the Clips channel. Thank you. But the lore, chat, who plays gacha game for lore, bro? Name me one guy that plays gacha game for lore. Mr. Lore, right? You have cooled your last cool, my man.